Hello and welcome to Mastermind with me, Clive Myrie. In the spotlight tonight are Dennis Wang, an actuary. His specialist subject is the UEFA Men's Euros from 2000 to 2024. Naomi Killen, an account manager. She'll be answering questions on the writer Truman Capote. Natalie Abbott, a development officer. Her specialist subject is the US television series Gilmore Girls. And David Ford, a civil servant, whose subject is the British artist L.S. Lowry. I promise you the Mastermind studio is fizzing with excitement as our four contenders prepare to do battle. It may look on the surface like a calm river of tranquility, but beneath, raging currents of fear do swirl. Remember, when the clock begins to tick down, the race is on. There's little time to think, and there ain't no teammate to help out, no conferring to jolly things along. You're on your own, traversing the choppy waters of 2 minutes on a specialist subject and 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. And the prize of this wonderful glass bowl is up for grabs. So, can I ask our first contender to join us, please? Your name?
Dennis Wang.
Your occupation?
Actuary.
And your specialist subject?
The Euros from 2000 to 2024.
The 7 UEFA Men's European Football Championships that took place from 2000 to 2024 in 2 minutes. Here we go. Which striker scored a late winner for England in their semi-final victory against the Netherlands at Euro 2024?
Ollie Watkins.
Yes. At Euro 2020, which player scored the winning penalty for Italy in their semi-final shootout against Spain?
Jorginho.
Yes. At Euro 2012, France recorded their first victory in a major tournament since the World Cup in 2006, with a 2-0 win against which team in the group stage?
Ukraine.
Yes. What's the name of the German manager who led Greece to victory at the 2004 tournament?
Otto Rehhagel.
Yes. At Euro 2000, the joint top scorers in the tournament were the Dutch striker Patrick Kluivert and which Yugoslav player who scored in all 4 of his team's matches?
Severin Milosevic.
Yes, at which French club stadium did Wales beat Belgium 3-1 at the quarter-final stage of Euro 2016?
Bordeaux.
No, Lille. Which Polish-born player scored both goals as Germany beat Poland 2-0 at Euro 2008 and said afterwards that he didn't celebrate because Poland is part of my heart?
Lucas Podolski.
Yes, which Swedish striker came out of international retirement to play at Euro 2004 and scored twice in a 5-0 victory against Bulgaria?
Larson.
Yes. Before Italy's game against Wales at Euro 2020, the Italian manager Roberto Mancini described the Welsh team as a powerful side like which English club?
Stoke.
Yes. What's the surname of the 2 brothers who became the first siblings to play against each other at the finals when Switzerland met Albania at Euro 2016?
Xhaka.
Yes. Which Austrian striker scored a penalty against Poland at Euro 2008, making him at the time the oldest goalscorer in the history of the finals?
Ivica Vastic.
Yes, in Italy's defeat of the Netherlands in the semi-finals of Euro 2000, which goalkeeper saved a penalty in normal time and 2 more in the shootout?
Toldo.
Yes, which player scored the only direct free kick goal of Euro 2020 in Denmark's 2-1 semi-final defeat to England at Wembley?
Damsgaard.
Yes, Greece and Portugal, the eventual finalists in 2004, had both been in the same group, which the Portuguese topped, while the Greeks were runners-up on goals scored after finishing level on points. With which team?
Spain.
It was Spain. So, Dennis, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 13 points. And our next contender, please. Your name?
Naomi Killen.
Your occupation?
Account manager.
And your specialist subject?
Truman Capote.
The influential American novelist and screenwriter. In 2 minutes, here we go. Truman Capote spent part of his childhood in which town in Alabama, where he first became friends with his future fellow author Harper Lee?
Monroeville.
Yes, in 1933, Capote was enrolled in which boys' private school in New York City?
Franklin School.
No, Trinity School. Capote first met his long-term romantic partner, Jack Dunphy, in 1948, when they were introduced by which mutual friend, a writer and features editor?
George Davis.
No, Leo Lerman. What avian name did Capote give to the group of New York socialites he counted among his friends, who included Gloria Guinness, Slim Haywood, and Babe Paley?
The Swans.
Yes, Capote was sacked from his role at the New Yorker magazine after an incident in 1944 when he walked out of a reading by which poet?
Robert Frost.
Yes, when Capote adapted his second novel, The Grass Harp, as a play, he wanted which nightclub comedian to originate the role of Miss Baby Love Dallas?
Pass.
In Other Voices, Other Rooms, the protagonist, Joel Harrison Knox, is taken to live in which isolated plantation house with his father, from whom he has hitherto been estranged?
Scully's Landing.
Yes, Capote accompanied the Everyman Opera on a pioneering trip to the Soviet Union, an experience he turned into what non-fiction work?
The Muses Are Heard.
Yes, in La Côte Basque, 1965, the action begins with the protagonist, P.B. Jones, meeting which of his friends for lunch at the titular restaurant?
Lady Anna Coolberth.
Yes, the famous 1966 black and white ball which Capote hosted in honor of Katharine Graham, the publisher of the Washington Post, was held at which hotel in New York?
Plaza Hotel.
Yes, in Observations, a book of photographs by Richard Avedon, Capote unintentionally offended which of his friends when he described her as having a sideways smile of rather paralytic contour?
Catherine Ann Porter.
No, Isaac Dinesen. While holidaying in Verbier, Capote took just 8 weeks to write a film script for what adaptation of the Henry James story, The Turn of the Screw?
Pass.
In 1945, Mademoiselle magazine published which short story? I've started so I'll finish. In 1945, Mademoiselle magazine published which short story by Capote, in which the titular sinister little girl inveigles herself into the life of a middle-aged widow named Mrs. Miller?
Miriam.
It is Miriam. Naomi, you had 2 passes. While holidaying in Verbier, Capote took just 8 weeks to write the film script. It was The Innocents. And when Capote adapted his second novel, The Grass Harp, as a play, he wanted Alice Pierce to appear in the role of Miss Baby Love Dallas. So at the end of that round, Naomi, you've got 8 points. And our next contender, please. Your name,
Natalie Abbott,
your occupation,
Development Officer,
and your specialist subject.
Gilmore Girls.
The acclaimed American comedy drama series from the 2000s about the enterprising single mother, Lorelai Gilmore, and her gifted daughter, Rory. In 2 minutes, here we go. In the show's first season, Lorelai reconnects with her parents when she asks them to lend her money to help pay for Rory to attend what prestigious prep school?
Chilton.
Yes, what's the first name of the nosy neighbor of the Gilmores who calls numerous foreign consulates when the Gilmores don't arrive home from holiday when she expects them?
Babette.
Yes, in Like Mother, Like Daughter, Rory sits with an unfamiliar group of girls in the school cafeteria, inadvertently becoming involved in an elite sorority group with what name?
The Puffs.
Yes, Luke's Diner, frequented by the Gilmores, has what 2 words on the sign above the door?
Williams Hardware.
Yes, what name does Lorelai give to the dog she adopts in season 6, who is afraid of peas?
Paul Anka.
Yes, in season 4, Lorelai and her friend and work colleague Suki are renovating a dilapidated hotel called the Dragonfly Inn, and Lorelai buys 2 horses for it called Cletus and what?
Desdemona.
Yes, the Gilmores live in Stars Hollow, a fictional New England town, which, according to a sign seen at the start of the first episode, was founded in what year?
1779.
Yes, in Those Are Strings, Pinocchio, when Rory graduates top of her class at Chilton, she gives a speech expressing her love of reading, saying she rode a sad train with which literary character?
Pass.
Which future Oscar-winning actor had his first on-screen acting role in the episode In the Clamour and the Clangor, playing Andy, a student at an Adventist college?
Pass.
In It Should Have Been Lorelai, when Lorelai and Rory are the only customers in Luke's Diner, Lorelai proposes that they sit at the counter and play what game with food items?
Napkin tennis.
No, bagel hockey. In the Festival of Living Art, when the town is organizing on-stage recreations of famous artworks, Lorelai is annoyed not to be chosen for her previous role in a painting by which artist?
Renoir.
Yes, in Application Anxiety, Lorelai jokes that Rory has to fill in her Harvard application fully and accurately, and that she should therefore list what nickname that Lorelai gave her as a baby.
Droopy Drawers.
It is Droopy Drawers. Natalie, you had 2 passes. Rami Malek is the Oscar-winning actor who had his first on-screen acting role in the episode In the Clamour and the Clangor. And in Those Are Strings, Pinocchio, Rory says she rode a sad train with Anna Karenina. So at the end of that round, Natalie, you've got 9 points. And our final contender, please. Your name,
David Ford,
your occupation,
civil servant,
and your specialist subject.
L.S. Lowry.
The painter, born in 1887, best known for his scenes of life in northwest England. In 2 minutes, here we go. In 1905, L.S. Lowry began attending evening classes at the Manchester Municipal College of Art, where he was later taught life drawing by which French painter?
Adolphe Valette.
Yes, in 1909, the Lowry family moved from Manchester's Victoria Park to which industrial suburb, now part of Salford?
Pendlebury.
Yes, which of Lowry's tutors at Salford School of Art advised him that his paintings were too dark, inspiring him to develop his technique of painting on pure white backgrounds?
Bernard Taylor.
Yes, after being made redundant by general accident in 1910, Lowry found a new job as a rent collector for which other company?
Pall Mall Property Company.
Yes, in 1921, Lowry's first public exhibition took place at the offices of the architect Roland Thomason on which street in Manchester?
Mosley Street.
Yes, what was the name of the literary editor of the Manchester Guardian who purchased Going to the Mill for £10 in 1926, prompting Lowry to give him another painting called A Manufacturing Town as well?
Mosley?
No, Arthur Wallace. What was the title of Lowry's 1930 maritime painting that was his mother's favourite of his works and which Lowry treasured after her death for that reason?
Yachts at St. Luton?
No, sailing boats. In the 1957 painting Man Lying on a Wall, what object bears Lowry's initials, LSL?
A briefcase.
Yes. Which pastel work completed in 1921 did Lowry recall as being the first picture he ever sold?
A lodging house.
Yes. What was the title of the written work published in 1931 that Lowry was commissioned to illustrate by the writer Harold Timperley?
A Cotswold book.
Yes, Lowry largely abandoned portraiture after a 1919 painting of which of his friends was received extremely negatively by the subject and his family.
Francis Fletcher.
Yes, I'll take that. Frank Jopling Fletcher. In later life, Lowry regularly holidayed in Sunderland, and many of the seascapes that he painted were based on the view from his room at which hotel?
The Seaburn Hotel.
Yes, what was the name of the house in Mottram in Longondale that Lowry purchased in 1948 and lived in until his death in 1976?
The Elms.
It was the Elms. David, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 11 points. And at the end of the specialist subjects round, let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 8 points, it's Naomi. In 3rd place with 9 points, sits Natalie. In 2nd place with 11 points, it's David. And in 1st place with 13 points, it's Dennis. So now it's general knowledge. And if there's a tie at the end, then the number of passes is taken into account, and the person with the fewer passes is the winner. And if they're tied on passes as well, it's a tie break. So let's ask Naomi to join us again, please. Naomi, you start with 8 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Here we go. What do the letters MP stand for after the name of a British politician?
Member of Parliament.
Yes, the items of soft furnishing called drapes in the United States are known in the UK by what name?
Curtains.
Yes, what 19th century novel by Louisa May Alcott begins with the line, "Christmas won't be Christmas without any presents," grumbled Joe, lying on the rug?
Little Women.
Yes, in the 9th movement of the Carnival of the Animals by Saint-Saëns, a clarinet plays 2 notes on repeat to mimic the call of what bird?
Canary.
No, cuckoo. At the Academy Awards ceremony in 2025, who won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his performance in the film A Real Pain?
Kieran Culkin.
Yes, in Greek mythology, what was the name of the Trojan queen who was the wife of King Priam and mother of many children, including the warriors Hector and Paris?
Helena.
No, Hecuba. The national flags of Senegal, Chile and North Korea all feature what symbol?
Pass.
An organization formed in 1999 as the Wireless Ethernet Compatibility Alliance introduced what 2-syllable term to promote a common standard for wireless networking technology?
Pass.
The phrase to catch a crab most commonly refers to a faulty stroke in which sport?
Swimming.
No, rowing. What 1955 UK #1 single by Bill Haley and the Comets was featured on the soundtrack of the film Blackboard Jungle?
Rock Around the Clock.
Yes, to mark the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II in 2012, which English town in Essex was granted city status?
Grantham.
No, Chelmsford. What metric unit of liquid volume is equal to just less than 1.76 British pints?
Litre.
Yes, a hairstyle usually for women in which the hair is layered and cut very short is named after what elf-like creature from English folklore?
Pixie.
Yes, what 1930 painting by Grant Wood features figures modelled on the artist's sister Nan Wood Graham and the dentist Byron McKeeby?
Pass.
What name for a type of small, thin sausage is derived from an Italian word meaning flavoured with onion?
Salami.
No, chipolata. At which battle fought in Bavaria in 1704 during the War of the Spanish Succession did armies led by the Duke of Marlborough and Prince Eugène of Savoy defeat the French forces?
Pass.
Which British fashion photographer, known for his portraits of celebrities, was married to the actress Catherine Deneuve and later the model Marie Helvin?
David Bailey.
Yes, in a traditional Punch and Judy show, the character, called Toby, is what type of domesticated animal?
Dog.
It is a dog. Naomi, you had 4 passes. The battle fought in Bavaria in 1704 during the War of Spanish Succession, the Battle of Blenheim. And the 1930 painting by Grant Wood, that's American Gothic. That term for the common standard for wireless networking technology, Wi-Fi. And the national flags of Senegal, Chile and North Korea, they all feature a star. So at the end of that round, Naomi, you've got 17 points.
Yep.
Next up, it's Natalie. Natalie, you start with 9 points. The score to beat as it stands is 17 points, and you've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Here we go. Bremen, Hanover, and Magdeburg are cities in which European country?
Germany.
Yes, what's the usual term for a group of 7 musicians performing together as an ensemble?
A septet.
Yes, what name, a contraction of the term formula translation, was given to an early computer programming language developed in the 1950s?
Formulation.
No, Fortran. At the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing, Rebecca Adlington won 2 gold medals for Great Britain in which sport?
Swimming.
Yes, what controversial rock musical, which had its Broadway premiere in 1968, features the songs Aquarius, Easy to Be Hard, and Good Morning Starshine?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No, Hair. Which Canadian actor who died in 2024, aged 88, starred in the Oscar-winning films MASH, Clute, and Ordinary People?
Pass.
Which Secretary General of the United Nations was posthumously awarded the 1961 Nobel Peace Prize for developing the UN into an effective and constructive international organization?
Pass.
What's the surname of the dairy farmer Michael who established the Glastonbury Festival, and his daughter Emily, who became a co-organizer of the event?
Evis.
Yes, the radio call sign Marine One is normally applied to what type of aircraft when it's transporting the US president?
Helicopter.
Yes, Mary of Teck was the queen consort of which British king?
George V.
Yes, what 1975 best-selling historical novel by James Clavell tells of the experiences in feudal Japan of an English ship pilot named John Blackthorne?
Pass.
In the abbreviation HRT for a treatment used to relieve symptoms of the menopause, the letter H stands for what word?
Hormone.
Yes, although it's believed to have originated in China, the common species of what stone fruit has the scientific name Prunus armeniaca, or Armenian plum?
Pass.
In the title of a television drama series that began in 2022, the name of which unit of the British Army is followed by the words Rogue Heroes?
SAS.
Yes, after his death in Barcelona in 1926, which famous Catalan architect was buried in the crypt of the Sagrada Familia Church?
Pass.
What was the title of the daily tabloid launched in 1986 that became the UK's first full-colour national newspaper, only to cease publication 9 years later?
Pass.
The Bellini cocktail made by mixing peach puree with Prosecco was created by Giuseppe Cipriani at the famous Harry's Bar in which Italian city?
Florence.
No, Venice. What word for a pale shade of purple? I've started to all finish. What word for a pale shade of purple is the French name for the plant genus Mallow?
Lilac.
No, it's mauve. Natalie, you had 6 passes. The title of the Daily Tabloid launched in 1986 that only lasted 9 years today. Antoni Gaudi is the famous Catalan architect buried in the crypt of the Sagrada Familia Church. That fruit, known as the Armenian plum, apricots. Shogun, that's the best-selling historical novel by James Clavell. That UN Secretary General, Dag Hammarskjöld. And it was Donald Sutherland, who was the Canadian actor, who died in 2024. So at the end of that round, Natalie, you've got 17 points.
Okay.
Next up, it's David. David, you start with 11 points. The score to beat as it stands is 17 points, and you've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Here we go. In most countries, Valentine's Day is observed on the 14th of which month?
February.
Yes. In the NATO phonetic alphabet, the letter W is represented by the name of what alcoholic drink?
Whiskey.
Yes. The many UK hit singles of which American rapper include My Name Is, Just Lose It, and Not Afraid?
Drake.
No, Eminem. The Ligurian Sea, an arm of the Mediterranean, separates mainland Italy and which large French island?
Corsica.
Yes, in the 2001 biographical film Iris, the author, Iris Murdoch, is portrayed in her youth by Kate Winslet and by which other actress as an older woman?
Maggie Smith.
No, Judi Dench. What's the name of the Scottish golf club a few miles north of the town of Ayr, which hosted the Open Championship for the 10th time in 2024?
Troon.
Yes, which Roman god is usually depicted with 2 faces looking in opposite directions and is regarded as the guardian of doorways and passages?
Janus.
Yes, which member of the House of Lords, also known for her career as a presenter of children's television shows such as Play School and Play Away in the 1970s and 80s, was presented with a BAFTA Fellowship Award in May 2024?
Floel Benjamin.
Yes, in chess, a knight is usually represented by the head of which animal?
Horse.
Yes, what aquatic plant, sometimes known as Nile grass, was used in ancient Egypt as the main source of writing material?
Papyrus.
Yes, according to the book of Genesis, which city was destroyed together with its neighbor Sodom in a rain of fire and brimstone?
Gomorrah.
Yes, an Italian woman named Clara Petacci was the mistress of which dictator, together with whom she was executed
Mussolini.
in 1945?
Sorry,
Mussolini. Yes, in geometry, the internal angles of what regular polygon add up to 540 degrees?
Pentagon.
Yes, what adjective, literally meaning like an ass or a donkey, is also commonly used to mean extremely foolish or stubborn?
Asinine.
Yes, the manufactured element with the atomic number 112 and the chemical symbol Cn is named after which Polish astronomer?
Nicholas Copernicus.
Yes, what was the surname of Frank, the American businessman who in the 1940s invented an ice resurfacing machine that's named after him and is used to smooth and clean ice rinks?
Vanetti.
No, Zamboni. 3 siblings named Phyllis, Peter and Bobby are the title characters of which 1906 novel by E. Nesbit?
The Railway Children.
Yes, the 1944 operetta Song of Norway by Robert Wright and George Forrest is based on the life and music of which composer?
Grieg.
Yes, what major inlet of the Atlantic Ocean? I've started, so I'll finish. What major inlet of the Atlantic Ocean separates the English counties of Devon and Somerset from South Wales and is named after the city at its narrower eastern end?
The Bristol Channel.
It is the Bristol Channel. David, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 27 points.
Thank you.
And finally, let's have Dennis again, please. Dennis, you start with 13 points. The score to beat to get through to the semi-finals is David's 27 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Here we go. What punctuation mark comprising a dot above a comma can be used to link 2 associated statements?
Semicolon.
Yes, what yellow, roughly cylindrical creatures, the title characters of a 2015 animated film, first appeared in the film Despicable Me?
Minions.
Yes, the Guru Granth Sahib is the main sacred text of which major religion?
Sikhism.
Yes, the UK Prime Ministers Anthony Eden, Harold Macmillan and Margaret Thatcher all studied at colleges at which English university?
Oxford.
Yes, what's the name of the columnist and former England cricketer and television commentator known throughout the game as Bumble?
Boycott.
No, David Lloyd. Bauxite is the principal ore of which metal?
Aluminium.
Yes, which Archbishop of Canterbury was convicted of heresy and burned at the stake in 1556 during the reign of Mary I?
Cranmer.
Yes, what word for a type of military naval vessel is the name of a simple game originally played with pen and paper, in which the aim is to locate and sink an opponent's fleet by guessing its coordinates on a grid?
Battleships.
Yes, the folk rock trio Crosby, Stills and Nash became a quartet in 1969 when they were joined by which Canadian singer?
Young.
Yes, an alternative name for the vitamin pantothenic acid is the letter B, followed by which single-digit number?
3.
No, 5. What's the professional name of the actor, comedian and regular game show panelist who was born Michael Joseph Pennington in St. Helens in 1970?
Smith.
No, Johnny Vegas. The chanterelle, sometimes called a girole, is a wild variety of what foodstuff?
Mushroom.
Yes, the islands of North and South Ronaldsay form part of which Scottish archipelago?
That's the Hebrides.
No, Orkney. Which novel by Charles Dickens features the character Sidney Carton, who, after switching places with a condemned man, says, "It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done"?
Tale of Two Cities.
Yes, A Tale of Two Cities. What name derived from a Latin word for breast is given to the pair of fins on either side of a fish, just behind its head?
Mammal.
No, pectoral fins. The 3 banks authorised to issue banknotes in Northern Ireland after First Trust Bank stopped issuing them in 2022 are the Bank of Ireland, Ulster Bank, and which other bank, previously known as Northern Bank?
Antrim.
No, Danske Bank. The American ski resorts of Vail, Aspen, and Breckenridge are in which mountain range?
Rockies.
Yes. Which long-running West End jukebox musical features the song Super Trooper, Dancing Queen, and The Winner Takes It All?
Mamma Mia.
It is Mamma Mia. Dennis, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 25 points. So let's have a look at the final scores. In joint third place with 17 points each, it's Naomi and Natalie. In second place with 25 points, it's Dennis, which means in first place with 27 points in a high-scoring game, it's David. So he goes through to the semi-finals. Congratulations to him. If you'd like to be a contender in the next series, please go to our website, bbc.co.uk/mastermind, and you can follow us at Mastermind Quiz. Join us again next time for more Masterminds. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
I feel amazing having just won my heat of Mastermind. I did not expect it. I'm blown away. This is the first time I've ever been on a TV quiz. My experience so far has just been shouting at the telly. I'm coming up towards retirement, so there's a bit of me just thinking I need to do some things to make my little mark on the world. What it would mean to win the Glass Bowl of Mastermind, it's just unbelievable. It's something that money can't buy. It is just so different from any other quiz that it would be just incredible. It would be something precious to pass on down the generations.